Hello, welcome to the Agentless Deep Scan Discovery video, where I'll be covering a bit more and going into depth at what our Agentless Deep Scan Discovery is, what different components there are, how it works a little bit, and also show you the difference between different types of agentless discovery that we have. To start off, we basically have two types of agentless discovery. First off, we have our credential-free device recognition, which is our passive discovery. So that's more designed to initially scope out the network and find devices so that we can then move on to the other type of agentless discovery, which is what we call our deep scan, where we actually go in with a credential or with the credentials that you provided and actually retrieve all the information that we're able to get from a specific device. Now, to show you how this works, I'm just going to jump into Lansweeper and show you exactly where the different components are, and also show you the difference between what a credential-free device will give you information-wise and how much different that is to actually like a fully credential-based device scan. So here in Lansweeper, we're going to head over to the discovery area, where first off, if you want to manage or choose how to enable and where to enable the different, like the passive discovery, the credential-free device recognition, that can be done on a hub-by-hub basis. In one of the previous videos when we talked about the architecture, you'll remember that we have the hubs, we have the sensors. You can control where this passive discovery is enabled based on the actual hub there. So if you go to the groups, there will be a default group network discovery, and that will have some of your information in here, where you can actually manage which systems will actually have the passive discovery enabled. So you can see that I have two systems here, that both of them are selected, and here you'll see the network visibility. That's the credential-free device recognition. The network visibility is enabled here, so that will allow it to basically monitor the subnet that that specific component is on. It will intercept that information and try and discover all the information, or discover more devices as the information, as the network packets are intercepted, basically. And on top of that, as you can see, there are more options that you can choose when it comes to like your maintenance windows, when does it auto update, etc. Those are additional settings, but the specific here for us would be the passive scanning, which is the network visibility parts. So now that we have that checked off, we know that that's enabled, we can actually look at some of the results. So we'll head over to inventory, and then you'll have a separate part component here called network visibility. You can go over there. Now, by default, this is sorted on the asset name, and I'm going to change that by going to the end and just sorting it on last successful scan. And then remove this sorting, and this will just give us the last successful scans or devices that our network visibility has seen. So you can see here there was one 1 minute ago. I believe this is, seeing as it has a serial number, this is a device that has actually been scanned before. But the other ones look to me like those will be ones that will not have a lot of information. So we don't actually have credentials for any of these. And as you can see, when we go in it, we have very little information. We know it's a virtual machine. We know it's a Windows device. We have some information like the FQDN, but obviously IP and MAC address, but aside from that, all of this will be empty. When we go to the config, this will all be empty. It's just not information that you can grab without having any credentials and access to the device. But at the very least, you'll be able to know kind of the kind of sort of devices there. We'll be able to discover what kind of device it usually is as well. If we go back here, maybe if we go down the line, there'll be some other devices, but when it comes to like other equipment, we'll also be able to recognize network equipment. So if there's printers, firewalls, switches, and things like that, those will also come up. And those will actually usually also have a model and manufacturer attached to them. So actually see if we can quickly grab one of those. If we remove the filter here, or the sorting here, And we can actually see type, for example, here. We have one. This one was also picked up by credential-free device recognition, network visibility. This is a Nintendo Switch that was picked up. You can see here, manufacturer Nintendo, model Switch. It was already recognized as a game device. So basically, any kind of network-connected device will be picked up. You have a basic understanding of what it is. And then the next step is to go to the deep scan and actually scan it with credentials. So let's take a look and see exactly what the difference is there. For that, I'm just going to go to all of my assets, quickly jump to a device here that is fully scanned. As you can tell, a lot of difference here already. We start with our summary page where we just get a summary of the device itself with its basic information of model, manufacturer, some basic hardware details, basic operating system details. And as we scroll down, we'll get network information, lifecycle information, and at the bottom even warranty information on the different warranty programs that it is and when they expire. Aside from that, I'm not going to go through all of it, but we have the full information on Windows, on certificates, on drivers, any kind of hardware information, any kind of peripherals that are connected to it, displays, network information that is on all the different network interfaces that it has, full disk information on the partitions and different disks, drives that are in there, logon information from users, etc., and obviously as well the full software information, and that then gets enriched and will go into risk insights and we'll be able to match vulnerabilities and so on and so on and so on. I think you get the picture of how big the difference is between the credential-free device recognition and the deep scans that we do. So it just comes down to your network visibility, your passive discovery, is to get a scope of a subnet that it's in, and then you move on to the deep scan where you get all the information. That's where you can start using all that information in your reports, in your automations, in your integrations, whatever it might be. So that's it for this video. If you want to learn more, check out the rest of the videos.